This episode of Chuffed Adventures, I try to fix a little motor and head over to La Palma to help some dogs and a turtle. Got on the bus to go to Playa Blanca for the spay and neuter clinic, and I am literally the only one here. Should be a relaxing bus ride. Hey, Mama. Oh, look at your puppy. Are you ready to not have any more puppies? The expats in La Palma have been hosting spay and neuter campaigns for the last 6 years and have noticed a dramatic reduction in the numbers of stray dogs and are seeing younger and younger dogs coming in for surgery, hopefully meaning the older dogs in the area have already been done in an earlier campaign. The gang from Last and I were volunteering our time to help with pre- and post-operative care. This little cutie's just recovering from surgery. And check that out, too. It's a really common problem from inbreeding here. Oh, that one's funky. It's like a little goat horn. So this is one of the dogs that's friends with the Last team, and she's had a lot of puppies, and she actually had masses in her uterus, so it was very, very good that she got spayed today. Hey, miss. Yeah. Talking nail cutting. I'm going to show you guys how I cut nails. So there's 2 ways I use. One is to look at the bottom of the nail, and you can see this inner portion, and that's actually the pulp where the blood vessels run, and you can see where it ends. So for example, with this nail, we can go to here and cut, and we've cut pretty much right onto that thing and not caused any bleeding. The other option is you squish the nail and measure from the bottom of the pad by squishing the nail down to the nail edge, and that's roughly when you can cut as well. Like that. And it's in line. Voila. Easy nail trimming techniques. I personally prefer to look at the bottom of the nail, but you can see where the pulp is. And if you ever do cut the nail too short and you're at home, if you get a bar of soap and just scrape the nail through the soap, it'll clot the nail, or you can use a little bit of flour, and that will also clot it usually. Give me some meal. Hey, do you want to get adopted today? Hey, Pedro. Hey, you want to get adopted today? You want to get adopted today? Is that what you want? Is that what you want to get adopted today? I just pulled that out from her nose. Yuck. This beautiful dog has a condition called heterochromia. I don't know. She'll let me get close. You can see her eye has blue and brown. Looks really beautiful. And the other one's brown. She also has a hematoma in this ear, which is where the ear actually fills with blood and forms like a little pocket of blood, like a little pillow. And it's because she actually has an ear infection, which is getting treated today. So she'll be all better, and that's why this ear is so itchy. Look how beautiful she is. With the cats and dogs finished, it was time to take a look at a totally different patient. This large green sea turtle had over 1 metre of fishing line hanging out of her rear end, which we cut off so she wouldn't become tangled in it. We also gave her a bunch of oral paraffin oil and waited to see if she would poop out the rest of it.
Don't feel anything.
Which involved a fun search in a pool of turtle feces. On closer inspection, we suspect that she chewed the line from around her flippers to help detangle herself.
Yeah, and underneath as well. Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's worse under there, isn't it?
Yes.
Looks like it's healing okay, but it looks fresh too.
It does.
And eventually we found the last little bit of it all pooped out. Luckily for her, this wasn't a disaster and she was soon released.
Sorry, Bob.
Alright, today I am going to test the dinghy, and not like how we tested it before with a motor on it. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope it all is okay, but if everything goes well, we'll go visit a little beach just across the little gulf here, so yeah, it'll be fun. Thank God for the big dudes on the fishing boats. Would have been hard getting it in on my own, I think. Now it's in the water, it looks so big compared to possum. A little scared. But I'm gonna do it. I know it's nothing to be super upset about, but it's the dinghy's, the motor's not starting, but I think it's just a fuel problem, which really won't be that hard to fix. I'm hoping I can clean the fuel tank out and get some new gasoline because it's been sitting for a long time. But then trying to get the motor off the dinghy by myself, ended up with the motor lying in the dinghy, and a guy had to come and help me, and even watching me start it, you know, like all the guys came over to try and help me, and it's not that I don't appreciate the help, it's just I really want to be able to do this, and I just don't think I'm actually able to, and it's an annoying feeling. Alright guys, had my cry and realised that's not going to fix anything. So I've come up with some plans. One is I just drilled a hole in the knee of the dinghy so that I can tie just a really tiny rope through, so that when I am putting the motor on and off, it doesn't float away from me, the back end. So easy fix. And in terms of the motor not working, I'm actually going to just try emptying out the fuel and putting new fuel in, because that fuel's been sitting for 6 months. So I think that's just something easy I can try first. And then if that doesn't work, I'll start looking a bit further. Sorry about the emotional overload. It's funny how things get to you sometimes, but I did a little bit of art and just, you know, had a little bit of a chill, cup of tea, and I'm feeling ready to face the adventure again. Boat life is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's a lot of sunshine and rainbows, but not always. Just rinse the gasoline off my face. Note to self, keep sunglasses on, wear gloves. Alright, so I have him off. Just going to empty the fuel out. It'll just come out of here, and then I'll probably put a bit of new fuel in, then empty it again, and then put it back together. Sorry, thought I was filming. I'm not sure when it stopped, but basically I'm emptying the fuel out, and it's quite dirty, so yeah, give him a good clean. You see that? It's hard to make it one. There we go, look at all that. That could definitely have been playing a role. Old dirty fuel. This motor actually doesn't have a fuel filter. We did have some glass ones, but looking it up, it sounds like they're really unreliable and sometimes they burst. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Alright, so I'm going to take that bad boy for a run. Hopefully it starts tomorrow. But I wanted to show you, look how good. So in Costa Rica they call these maracuya, the passion fruit. Oh shit, I mean, oops. And they're so juicy and good. One of the guys from the arena dropped off a bunch for me and I love them. So, got to enjoy some good fruit and the pretty day that it is today. Unfortunately, the motor had different ideas and there was a little more going on than simply dirty fuel. A few days later, my friend Roberto came over and took the motor home and returned it working. Sometimes you've just got to get by with a little help from your friends. Next episode of Chuffed Adventures is a bit of a mixed bag, exploring the area around Golfo with plenty of wildlife encounters and of course some boat jobs. Until then, stay chuffed everybody.